What's up YouTube? This is Jared with Omnivore Blade Works, and this video is intended for the guys waiting for some Kodiak swords. I got 3 guys who are already paid up, or I think so, and I ran into some hiccups because, for one, my shoulder is messed up and I couldn't work very well. I've been working on other projects on the computer and in my head since that happened. But the hiccup is that I had 3 swords that are slightly different curvature from the second batch of Kodiaks. I made this sheath jig for those swords because the curvature is a little different than the old one. Just enough to make it not fit my old jig, which looks like this. Maybe you can see it, but the curvature is different and it just doesn't fit the jig quite right. So anyway, I had to make 3 more sheaths using this new jig. Well, sort of new. And then I'm saving the old jig for weird, like weird ones that have like welded on hilts. That's what this is for. So that way I can put the welded hilt into this pocket with a complete sword and have everything fit right. And I've got 2 more, I think, that are like that. Then yesterday, after realizing all these issues, I got the CNC router to route out the new jig, which should fit all the rest of the new Kodiak swords. So this has all the features of my old jig, except it's all wood. Drain hole, there's a little cleanup I have to do in here, but the drain hole is kind of built in right on this curvature. So you got the blade will have a false edge in here, tip goes down, the edge meets this 1/8 inch high shelf, and then this extra material is left so that you have a place for water to go and drain out from down this crease, or this right underneath the spacer, because there'll be a micarta spacer that allows bolts together here like all the old ones. And then these little holes are for the molly webbing, or the molly malice clips. And it looks like I missed a hole here. That's for my snap. I'll have to place that in there manually, I guess. I don't know why that didn't get drilled. Anyway, so this new jig will get finished up and I should be molding new sheaths next week. Other business is designing a cabinet for the chop saw, which will help keep the dust down in here, and then rearranging so that there'd be a big cowling behind the chop saw so that the chop saw can still rotate, and then this flange will get bolted onto the side of the cabinet with a 6-inch hose, and it'll be attached to this downpipe, which goes right up to the dust collector. So they have nice, good flow into the side of this cabinet, which has not been built yet. And then we revamped. We added a new Y, we moved the Y that'll go out to the top of the table saw, and then we bought a new Y with an added blast gates so that we can shut everything off without having to use cardboard or a cap for we used to use a cap on the end of this thing, like a sewer line cap. So this will all be a little more convenient and should allow us to work a little faster in here without doing so much changeover with stuff. I started trying to use this little DeLonghi toaster oven for smaller pieces, so maybe it'll use less power than the big oven. And also I started using no cookie sheet on the Kydex, so it heats up way faster, which is good in ways and difficult in other ways. Then the rest of this table is just more sheath jigs. I'm going to get rid of a couple things, but I need to save most of these. And of course, since I am injured, I can't really do any real grinding work or anything, so I'm kind of stuck doing planning and organization right now for the most part, or CNC work. This, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but I made a dust cowling for the Wilmot grinder so that I can collect dust with the shop vac on that. That's all I got for now. My dad bought this car to either sell or keep, and it's really nice, but too fancy for us. I don't like the car business myself. I stay out of it. Anyway, things are hopefully improving, and I'll be back to work and grinding stuff again and finishing up the batch as soon as I can. It's all just laying in here. All just laying in here. Can't do anything to it right now. Alright, that's all I got. See you next time.